You'll learn a lot about the team just in the first couple games this year. You're starting right out of the gate with a really good team in San Diego State.
Yeah, I think we're going to find out what we're about quick, but you certainly can't judge yourself on the first few games. The best teams in this thing, they don't peak early. You know, they continue to improve, and that's really, the first few games will give us a gauge, and then after that we'll certainly make some adjustments and see where we need to go. So, like you said, we start off right from the start with some high-quality opponents, so it's going to be a great test for us, and hopefully we can come through with a win. You know, you certainly would like to learn through a win, and hopefully we can do that and continue to improve game by game.
Thank you.
A lot's been made of, obviously, another top 10 recruiting class. What can you tell us about what you've seen from day one and Gerry?
These guys are really good players, and as far as the basketball IQ, they're probably a little bit beyond what you usually expect from freshmen. And you talk about day one, he's got great hands and great feet, but now you're talking about his body, and he's changed it. He changed it from the moment he got on campus. So now you're talking about a kid that was already really talented, but a little bit out of shape, and now he's in shape. So he looks really, really good. Jeremy Grant, his progression from when I saw him 2 years ago in the summer, my first year recruiting, to now isn't even close. I look at him similar to Akeem Warwick as far as a high ceiling guy. He's developed his handle a little bit so he can go off the bounce a tiny bit. He's developed his jump shot. So, you talk about prototype for a forward in Arizona, and Jeremy Grant fits it. And, I think these two guys are going to cause a lot of damage in this league eventually.
And you spoke a little last year about Trevor Cooney. He's one of the best jump shooters you've ever seen. You saw him every day in practice. What can fans expect now?
He's one of the best jump shooters I've ever seen. So the beauty about Trevor's game is he's not going to stop shooting. He's a shooter, and he knows it. And he knows if he makes one, he might make a couple more. And he's going to demand respect when he's on the floor. And I think when you think back to all the great teams over the last few years that have made runs, and I think back to our championship game, but I think back to the Florida teams that won back-to-back championships. They always had a killer, a guy that was out there that you couldn't lose, and Lee Humphrey fit that description. But I think Trevor's, Lee Humphrey had a great career, but Trevor's an athlete as well. His kid can fly around, and he's getting better. He's putting it on the floor a little bit better. So, you add that with the fact that he can shoot lights out, his development and the way he works, he's going to continue to improve. So, Trevor Cooney's earned every bit of the talk that's been going around about him.
We've seen the past few years just how important it's been for this group to have one or two seniors, Andy A.O., Scoop and Chris. How big is that going to be for Brandon, especially this year?
It's going to be big. Brandon, he's been in situations, right from the start that he came in, that he was fortunate to play with guys like Andy, a fifth-year senior, Wes, who was really above his grade because of his redshirt season. So he played with leaders, and I think the best thing about that is he played with guys that went through it and showed how to do it. He deferred a little bit to that. So now I feel like Brandon feels like this is his team, and he's ready to step up. And he's done an unbelievable job being more vocal in the preseason with our guys and really leading them.
Coach, I just